case, block and counterattack. But better go side.
Lepiej jest uciec na bok niż blokować tę
Jak to uczyłem. Yoriyashi jak to uczyłem, okay? I know what he's gonna do. I know already. I'm the target.
Sensei wie, co zrobi.
No sense.
Wcale.
Bam! To hit.
Nie ma sensu uderzyć.
No sense. Especially children.
Zwłaszcza dla dzieci.
We don't have to prove nothing to the partner.
Nie musimy niczego partnerowi udowadniać.
Of course, if we are at the dojo and the teacher said, free kumite, okay, this is different.
Oczywiście, kiedy jesteśmy w
Okay.
dojo i
Of course,
nauczyciel mówi wolne kubite, to jest inna sprawa.
Okay, but hitting, okay, you have to anticipate for uke waza. And here right, okay, back.
Ale
And here right,
przy uke waza musimy przewidzieć jeden wiatr.
this is what Shotokan karate propose.
To jest to, co karate Shotokan proponuje.
Attack the attack.
Atakować atak.
Kisamizuki. Okay, very good. Then attack the attack.
Atakować atak.
No, only already here. A good idea. Timing. If the pressure of my colleague is too strong, because I can feel and I can realize it's very difficult for me
Jeśli presja ze strony
to go forward,
jest zbyt silna,
I escape.
uciekam na bok.
I escape. In this case, I escape the other side. This is shikaku side, we call.
W tym przypadku uciekamy na przeciwną stronę. To jest
The dark side of my opponent. Very difficult for the team when I can different
jest
things.
bardzo trudne kontynuować atak. Znajdziemy się po tej stronie.
If we attack this side, I move. I
Jeśli atakuję
escape.
tą stronę, uciekamy.
I asked about pants.
Pat, yeah.
Pen. But when I called pen,
Yeah.
I try to stay in position, or my partner attacks and I go.
I have to be here because the opponent is here. Then he has to Yoriyashi Gatsuki. One more time, and go back. Boom, boom. Ah, you see the difference? That's why I'm sensei. Intention, then I don't feel, because already intention. Okay? Then I hold. Okay? He's coming. Pam. Very good. One more time.
All right, so get this. We are diving into traditional karate do today. And you know what's got me hooked already? It's not just about, lightning fast moves and epic sparring. It's about finding peace. Yeah, you heard that right, Peace.
Right.
We're going deep into the teachings of Sensei Nelson Carrion, founder of the traditional Karate-Do Institute, and he's got this incredible way of blending physical mastery with some seriously profound life lessons. I'm fascinated, and we're just getting started.
Yeah, it's really interesting how that emphasis on peace, or haiwa, as it's called in Japanese, it's not just like an afterthought. It's really like woven into the core of his teaching.
Yeah, and it's everywhere in his writing, too.
Well, absolutely.
Really cool.
Like even just take the phrase karate sentenashi, for example.
Okay, break that down for me. What exactly does that mean? And how does it play into this whole idea of peace as a foundation?
Well, it translates to there is no first strike in karate.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that simple phrase, it kind of reframes the entire art as inherently defensive, right?
Yeah.
Like it's about cultivating this mindset that prioritizes peace and avoiding unnecessary conflict whenever possible.
Yeah, it's not just theoretical either. The traditional Karate-Do Institute, or TKI as they call it, they've got some pretty ambitious objectives that go way beyond just teaching self-defense techniques.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, what are we talking about here? What kind of objectives?
Well, they're talking about fostering respect, promoting peace, advocating for human rights,
Wow.
all through the practice of traditional karate-do.
That's amazing.
They're even looking to collaborate with universities to develop a new generation of instructors with a strong academic foundation in the philosophical and historical aspects of the art. It's a really holistic approach, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It really challenges those stereotypical images of martial arts, doesn't it? It's about developing the whole person, not just creating fighters. You know, it's funny, learning about Sensei Carrion's own journey to mastery, it makes his teachings even more compelling. You know, this is someone with over 53 years of experience who moved all the way to Los Angeles to study with the legendary Hidetaka Nishiyama. Talk about commitment.
Yeah, and it really speaks to a quality that seems to be at the heart of traditional karate-do, this like dedication to lifelong learning, to constantly kind of seeking deeper understanding.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And there's actually a quote from Sensei Carrion that really struck me in that regard. He said, tradition does not mean that there are no changes in favor of the evolution of martial arts.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's so true.
He sees tradition not as something static, but as something living, something that grows and adapts.
It's like you don't just inherit tradition, you cultivate it.
Exactly.
And you do that by staying open to new insights, new approaches, always evolving.
Absolutely. And he takes that open approach to heart in his own practice, too. He's a firm believer in studying various styles of karate, or ryu, as they're known in Japanese, just to gain a broader, more holistic perspective on the art.
So it's not about mastering one rigid form, but about understanding the underlying principles that connect them all. I can see how that would lead to some serious breakthroughs in understanding.
Absolutely. And for Sensei Carrion, continuous learning is the key to true progress. And it goes beyond the physical, too. He really emphasizes that neglecting the mental and emotional well-being of students would mean failing to achieve the true objective of teaching.
Yeah, you're not just creating skilled fighters, it's about developing the whole person, right? That level of self-awareness, that connection between mind and body, I mean, it's something everyone can benefit from.
Sure, I think so.
Speaking of developing the whole person, there was this part where Sensei Carrion was teaching about timing, and it really caught my attention.
Oh, we must be talking about when he uses the terms go no sen and sen no sen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, those are pretty central concepts in traditional karate-do.
They sound incredibly cool, but also a bit cryptic if you're not familiar with the terminology. Like he was talking about timing in a way that seemed to go way beyond just, blocking a punch at the right second.
Right. It's about more than just reacting.
Yeah.
It's about understanding those subtle cues and acting preemptively, to maintain balance and avoid a full-blown confrontation.
So it's almost like you're redirecting their energy rather than trying to overpower them head on. It reminds me of those stories about judo masters using their opponent's weight against them.
Exactly.
Right.
And this goes back to that foundational principle of Heiwa peace.
Right.
It's about de-escalation, about finding the most harmonious solution to a conflict, even if it means stepping aside rather than engaging directly.
It's incredible how something as seemingly technical as timing can have such profound implications. It really drives home the idea that these principles can be applied to so many aspects of life beyond the dojo.
Okay.
And what's remarkable is how far Sensei Carrion's teachings have spread. The material you shared mentioned he has students like Sensei DeMarco in Italy and Sensei Kasperkiewicz in Poland who even train alongside him in Spain.
It's amazing, right?
It really is. It speaks to the universality of these principles, their ability to resonate across cultures and backgrounds. It's really got me thinking about how we can apply these lessons from traditional karate-do, the discipline, the focus, that sen no sen, awareness to navigate challenges with more grace and wisdom no matter what life throws our way. It's really given me something to think about.
Me too.
Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive. Thanks so much for joining me and exploring this with me.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.